Yo, it's your boy One Deep 215 back with another video. Listen up, fellas. Listen good. To my men that's in these relationships, or maybe you're not in a relationship, you just dealing with a woman. Y'all not at that point yet, but you slowly matriculate into a relationship. For the few that's out here, that is, there's one thing I'm noticing that a lot of us do, because we laid back human beings for the most part. A lot of things don't get under our skin. We not rattle easily for the most part. Some men are, but for the most part we not. You can't let the bad behavior and the small little jabs go by the wayside. You get what I'm saying? Especially, because it usually come early in the relationship. That's why I said for a lot of you men that's in the vetting, the courting process, y'all not in a full-fledged relationship yet, but you can see it going there. Don't let those red flags, those small little entry, because what it is a lot of small things, and those small things will turn to big things real quick. A lot of women like to test us. They like to test us to see what they can get away with. And it might not be nothing real major or nothing crazy disrespectful. Or they might say something small and laugh it off like they joking. But we know what's a joke and what's not. Especially when they go overboard with it. Or they do it over and over again. That's not really a small act of, something that's just on the surface. That's something that they actually maybe feel, or even if they don't feel it, they want to see if they can get away with it. So don't let bad behavior or bad, the way women portray these little small thoughts. They might say something to you and then look at you, see how you're going to respond. You got to check that. You got to nip that in the bud early. Now, like I said, there's a difference between joking and playing, because in a relationship, you always gonna poke fun at your mate. They're gonna poke fun at you in the real joking manner. You might call them small head, they might call you big head. You might say little things about them, they're gonna say little things about you. Nothing wrong with that. To me, actually, that's a healthy relationship where y'all can have a play on words and take it very, kind-hearted and lightly, because it don't mean nothing. That's just how y'all talk to each other. But when it's overwhelmingly bad behavior and they keep happening over and over again, or they say a little smart stuff to you, especially when y'all in the presence of others, what that is she trying to test to see what you really about. And there shouldn't be no test. Women like to play games. We know that. They say we play games, but they play games even more, because women throw out these little things. They'll see, like, how he gonna react to this. And what happens is, if they see that you react a certain way to it, meaning you don't really put them in their place right there, or not even right there, y'all might be in the presence of other folks, and you like, all right, I don't want to embarrass her, but when we get home, we're gonna have to talk about this. If you don't do that from the rip, they feel as though they could take that and run with it. And what that turns into, it turned in from small jabs to big jabs and uppercuts and body shots and all types of things. And then when you try to check it later, once y'all been in a full-fledged relationship for some months, for some of you guys even years, they look at you like you crazy, because it's like, I've been doing this. And it ain't even like a thing that you can switch. It's not a switch you can turn on and off. They gonna do what they do no matter what, and then you got extra stage left, because like, oh, it's no getting through to you. What I never understood is men grooming women. As far as, it's things that we could teach them on the surface. It's things that is like, follow my lead. That's natural. But I'ma groom her into the way I want her to be. And we talking about a 30, 40-something-year-old woman here. She should already know how to carry it. Now, she might not know how to carry it with you per se, because she was with somebody else before you that probably went for certain stuff. But I never believed in, like, unless you're dealing with a little girl, and I don't mean little, on a minor, but unless you're dealing with a woman in her early 20s or something, and you, like, late 30s, 40, then maybe I could kind of see it. Maybe you grooming that young woman to be what you want, for you guys that like young women. But if a woman is of a certain age, she should already know how to carry herself dealing with a man. Like I said, she's not going to know every intricate detail for you because she's just meeting you, I'm guessing. And certain men deal with certain things. So maybe her last dude dealt with stuff a little differently from how you going to deal with it. So I get that. But me personally, I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I've never been in the business of grooming a grown woman. You a certain age, you should already know how to carry it in a relationship. No matter who the man is. You should just know this is not accepted, this is not tolerated, this is not this. I never understood that, and a lot of men is out here looking to groom these women into what they want them to be. And let me tell you something. For certain women, like I said, of age, you can never groom them into exactly what you want because a lot of people are who they are, not taking up for them. But if a woman ain't on your program, she just ain't for you. If a woman ain't willing to do the things that, and we ain't talking about doing no backflips here. We ain't talking about kissing your ass. We ain't talking about her giving you all her money. We not talking about those things. We just talking about how to carry herself in your presence, dealing with you. Even when y'all home, alone, there's certain things like we not going for. Now, if we joking, we joking. That's on a different spectrum. But if we both know what it is, it shouldn't be a whole lot of checking going on unless it's something that we never dealt with before, in life. And that's rare. Once you go through this life and you get to a certain age, you're going to deal with a lot of things. We all been battle tested. We know what it is. So, I preface that with saying, yeah, stop letting these women get away with bad behavior, but also stop thinking y'all could groom these women. A lot of these women. Yes, you could get her on your program because maybe the last guy or the guy before, 2 guys before you was on a different program and they didn't mind her doing or acting a certain way because it's all different types of men. Some men don't mind. But what a lot of women do is they take your good nature and your laid back attitude and they think they could just say whatever and do whatever. And a lot of y'all men be letting it go until y'all really get frustrated and then y'all want to bring it out, but it's too late. It's too late. That got to get checked. I'm not saying it's like no holds barred where if a woman got out of line the first time I'm out the door. No, it's worth checking. It's worth explaining to her what it is you want and what it is you accept. Now, if she's not willing to do that, then you already know this ain't the woman for me because I don't have time for the nonsense. It might be small now, but this could turn into something real big down the road. And I'm telling you, once a woman feel as though you a certain way, and I've been doing it all this time, there's no coming back from that. They even to sit there and agree with you and be like, okay, I'm gonna stop. But that's just window dressing. That's just something to get you off their back. But a week or two later, they back to it because they feel as though I've been doing it this whole time in the relationship. Now all of a sudden you want me to slow it down. Oh, all of a sudden you want me to watch my lip and all this. No, that's things that you have to check from the door. For the men that listen. Some men is cool with that. They don't mind any women saying whatever. And if that's you, I'm not casting no shadows on that. If that works for you, fine. But most men want to be handled a certain way and want a certain level of respect from their woman. Just in general. We ain't talking about kissing ass. We ain't talking about doing backflips and I want you to do. We ain't talking about that. That's something different. Just regular respect on the surface. Carry yourself with some decency and some class. We ain't talking about walking around like you a goddamn, like I'm a king and you got the, don't talk right now and all. That's some other stuff. See, because a lot of people like to take it to the extreme. Oh, you must want a woman that don't talk, don't have no mind. No, it ain't even that. It's just a lot of these women is getting carried away with a lot of things in a man's presence and it make the man look crazy. Because she only doing what he allows. So it ain't like, damn, like when I be seeing stuff in public, I don't look at the chick like, she tripping. I don't believe this. I feel sorry for him. I'll be looking at him like, yo, bro, you ain't. Oh, man. So you just going to sit there and let this happen type of thing. And I know y'all see it too. It's like the woman don't look bad at all. She look bad, obviously, on the surface, but most of the blame is looked at the man because you right here with her. Ain't like she acting this way without you. And women really shouldn't be acting no way, even if they not in their man's presence. Because for real, if they got a real one and she a real one, she's a reflection of him, whether he's around or not. I see a lot of women acting out in public. I be like, oh, she gotta be saying, because she got a dude, even though he not around. This shouldn't be tolerated to be acting like this. You know? So it's like, we just gotta check it from the door. And if you get, like, it's a one-time thing. Obviously, there's levels to it, depending on how harsh the behavior was. Because everything ain't cause for, you know, an exit stage left. I mean, at the end of the day, if you like somebody, you like them, you're going to give them a little leash. But y'all know what I mean. It's like, you fool me once, shame on me. You fool me twice, like, type of thing. Like, shame on you. You fool me twice, shame on me type of thing. It's like, come on now. Like, we ain't going for it, because at the end of the day, if you a good, solid dude, not perfect, you know we preach that, but you got some morals to you, and you carry yourself in the right way, you feel as though you deserve respect, at least from your mate. This world, as hard as it is, to be dealing with some overly aggressive, demeaning, no moral having, no respect having woman. And that's why there's a lot of single people too. It ain't even the battle of the sexes, or people ain't this, or people ain't. A lot of people don't need a relationship. A lot of these women don't need to be with nobody, because they can't even control their own emotions. They can't even control themselves in a man's presence, or carry themselves in a dignified way. And we seeing that a lot too. It's like I said, when I be out and I be seeing these like unruly women, and they don't be what they do, they be by themselves, in my mind, I automatically think they single. I be like, yo, she gotta be single. Like, just her mouthpiece. Like, look at how she carrying it. Ain't no guy dealing with that. And it's like, they be married, some of them. I be like, what? You know? So it's like, even when your woman not in your presence, rule of thumb, listen, we carrying it like this. We not doing this. At the end of the day, you're a reflection of me. And don't get me wrong, you're a reflection of her too in some lights. But at the end of the day, we talking on the other side of the coin. A lot of these women go out here and they act up. They act up and they going home to men. And I'm not saying these men is losers, but maybe they just compromised in the mind, or pussy whipped some of them, or they got children. I get it. I get holding on to your family and trying to make things work, and you done already put time in, you got to invest. I get it. There's ways around that. But for you men that's just getting in relationships and y'all see the red flags of the unruly behavior and just the no wherewithal, the lack of just anything, like no nothing, and but she cute. Oh, but she got a jiggly butt. Ooh, her lips are so nice and perfect with that lip gloss on. I get it. We got cravings and urges. I see them all the time. We see them. But it ain't always about the aesthetic. Because what you're going to get under that aesthetic is something that you don't even want to deal with. You don't even want, you like, man, if it wasn't for such, man, I wouldn't even be around. I hear that a lot too. Men is dealing with stuff for their sexual desires. And don't get me wrong, we are human. I get it. I get the cravings. I get the whole, like, you wanting something. I'm human too. I understand. I'm not saying I'm this robot. Like, I don't see nothing. We all know we love women. We love women. But at the end of the day, it's like, I still got my self-respect that I got to depend on, and my dignity. I know I ain't for this. You know what? I'm going to let her know right now. But like I said, you got to catch it early. You got to catch it early, because these chicks will take that and run with it. And don't get me wrong. Not saying they right, but I don't knock them for like being a certain way with men, like down the road, like a whole year passed. Now all of a sudden you want to check me on my behavior. I kind of get it, because it's like, you should have did that from the rip. Now, I'm not saying I'm defending their behavior, but I am defending the fact that it's like, they don't even know how to look at it. They don't even know how to like take it now, because you was the boy that was high and kikiing with me. You thought it was cute that I was mad disrespectful in the restaurant when we met. Like, we on our first date and I'm disrespected and I'm giving everybody the grizz. You thought it was funny because you thought you was gonna get some coochie. I know how it go. A lot of men put their ego to the wayside. They put their respect and their morals to the wayside because they want to get lucky. A lot of men do it, but it's a greater good. Now, if you know there's no future for that woman, you just doing your thing, hey, who is me to judge? Like, like, I'm going to be a memory after the night. I'm just trying to get my rocks off. And I'm not saying go out here and just have sex with women. Y'all know what I mean. A lot of people take me so literally, like on some of these videos I be seeing in the comments. I'm like, damn, you took it. That's what you got out of that? You know, it's a wordplay. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, if you know this is just what it is on the surface, we both know what we doing, we going back to that joint, and that's going to be it, then do you, bro. But y'all be planning futures and stuff with some of these women. It's like, once she show you that it ain't automatically exit stage left, it's tell her, I'm not that bull. Like, you cute and all, but you ain't that damn cute. I ain't that bull that's going for that. So, like, not to be cringy, not to mess up the flow or the vibe, but just know, like, if it's a future for us, I'm not going to be one of them bulls that, like, condone none of this. And if they not with it, for one, they wasn't for you in the first place. And for two, y'all know I preach this, they didn't like you that much. Because most women are willing to curve. Now, it might be BS, but they at least willing to curve their behavior for a man that they like. Most women. They like, all right, I like him enough where, you know, in the back of their mind, they might be like, I'm really like that, but for him, I'll play curve it or whatever. Or some women actually will just curve, you know, not overnight, but they like, I need to chill on that anyway. This not ladylike. This ain't no way to move if I really want somebody to be with me. So real women gonna look in the mirror and see, like, this is not tolerated. So it's like, a woman like, oh, this is how I am. You gonna accept me for who? You know how women talk. They real, you know. It's like, come on, lady. Like, what we doing here? We both grown. Now, like I said, I'm not into molding grown women. I'm into, yeah, I would tell a chick what my game plan is, what my system is, and this is what it is. And that's regular. Like, all men should do that. But y'all be trying to groom grown women. They already who they are. Like, let's just use a 37-year-old woman, for example. She's 37. She is who she is. Now, can she change down the road with a little whatever? Yes. But she's not just going to change because you said, yeah, this is how I want it, and I'm going to groom you into this and all that. You can groom women in a lot of ways, but they mind and what they about, no, not no woman that already, she's a finished product damn near. She is who she is. So, like I said, unless y'all dealing with real young bucks, like 22, 20, they might could be a little groomable. You know, I don't do young bucks myself, but a lot of them in my age do. I'm not knocking it. You know, as long as they of age, it is what it is. So those women, but y'all be trying to groom 40-year-olds. I'll be like, what is you trying to, what is, you know what I mean? I know y'all be seeing it like, yeah, I'm going to make her, you know, she a little rough around the edges, but I got something for, what you doing? That's not no flower that's going to grow. That's the flower, the plant is dead. That's what she is. And not to put it so black and white, but it's like, people are who they are. I believe in that. I had to learn that myself, y'all, over the years. You know, all these things I'm saying, mostly, it ain't all just from hearsay. Some of these things I witnessed in my life. You know, so it's like, listen, your boy done had to go through the ringer too. Nobody's perfect. But at the end of the day, we calling it on the carpet from day one, from the jump street. Ain't nothing wrong with laughing and joking and playing. I'm a laugher. I'm a jokester. I like to crack jokes and take little jabs. When you're in a relationship, you're going to have that little back and forth. That's a healthy back and forth, though. That's playing. That's little stuff. But when you see a woman just demeaning your character or demeaning you on a regular, it's a test to see how he gonna react to this. He gonna laugh that off too, yeah, because he trying to get lucky. No, I ain't trying to get lucky that much. If I see a future for us, or I'm really courting you in the way where I like you, I don't want this to bite me in the back 2 years down the road because I'm ha and kiki. No, I ain't that bull. We could joke, but I ain't the bull that's gonna be just sitting back taking and seeing this behavior. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But because a lot of them got nasty ways, nasty attitudes, and they will show you who they are. Not all the way, some of them, because they, especially if they just meet you, like first date type stuff, you ain't gonna see everything. But y'all know what I mean. Them first few months, and you thinking, all right, this might lead into something. Man, check all that stuff from the door, because you in the losing battle. You're gonna be fighting. You're gonna be fighting with yourself pretty much, because it's gonna be like, yo, she like, I'm trying to check her now a year later, and she looking at me like I'm crazy. Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because you ain't do nothing from the rip. You gotta do it from the rib, and it ain't about big shut the fuck up. And you don't even gotta get hyped with him. Just, yo, I'm not with that. Like, we cool and all, and I like to joke. Because me personally, I'm very self-deprecating. I take myself serious, but at the same time, I know how to laugh about but that's me laughing at myself. I'm not going to take it from my woman 24/7. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of those, I know how to laugh at my own flaws or whatever. But, okay, it's one thing when you doing it. You don't want to hear your counterpart, your better half doing it, and it's like, and it come off in a demonstrative way, a disrespectful way. So stop letting that bad behavior go by the wayside, gentlemen. That's all. Something small, something light. If you like this video, I got more coming. But tap that thumbs up so I can it'll keep the flow going, y'all. Also, subscribe to this video, obviously, and share it with your friends. I'm getting a lot of feedback, and I appreciate y'all. Until the next one, I'm out. Peace.